Welcome back to USA Car Reviews. Today we're diving deep into one of the most iconic American muscle cars ever built, a machine that carries a legacy of style, speed, and pure classic appeal, the 1967 Chevrolet Nova SS 396. This isn't just another old car. This is one of those timeless vehicles that changed the way people looked at compact muscle, and today we're going to explore every detail, from its history, to its design, to the way it feels when you imagine yourself behind the wheel. So settle in, because this ride is going to be a fun one. When you first lay eyes on the 1967 Chevrolet Nova, the immediate impression is how clean and purposeful the design is. This was a year when Chevrolet really hit the sweet spot between compact size and raw muscle power. While most muscle cars of the era were big, heavy machines, the Nova carved out its own niche. It was smaller, lighter, and that meant when you dropped a big engine under the hood, you had something truly special. The SS 396, with its bold presence and aggressive stance, showed the world that you didn't need a massive car to deliver massive performance. The exterior design of the 1967 Nova is both subtle and menacing at the same time. From the front, you get a wide chrome grille with quad headlights, giving it that signature Chevrolet look of the late 60s. The body lines are straight and sharp, with minimal ornamentation, and that's exactly what makes it so timeless. You don't see unnecessary extras. Instead, you see a clean profile that's all business. The Super Sport trim added just the right touches, badges, trim pieces, and of course, the distinctive SS emblems that let everyone know this wasn't just a grocery getter. Finished in colors like olive green, marina blue, or bolero red, the Nova looked both stylish and intimidating. And when you add those rally wheels with raised white letter tires, suddenly you have a car that looks ready to tear up the street at any moment. But what really sets the 1967 Nova SS apart is what's under the hood. The SS 396 name says it all, a 396 cubic inch V8 engine. That's 6.5 liters of pure American muscle, capable of producing over 350 horsepower depending on the configuration. For a car that weighed significantly less than full-sized Chevys of the era, that power-to-weight ratio was impressive. Step on the gas and you'd feel instant acceleration, the kind of shove back in your seat feeling that muscle car fans live for. And the sound? Let's not forget about the sound. That deep, throaty rumble of a big block Chevy V8 is something no electric car of today will ever replicate. It's raw, mechanical music, the heartbeat of an era when horsepower was king. Driving a Nova SS 396 was unlike driving most other muscle cars of the late 60s. Because of its smaller footprint, it handled with more agility. It wasn't exactly a sports car in the European sense, but compared to something like a Chevelle or an Impala, the Nova felt quick on its feet. Combine that with a 4-speed manual transmission, and you've got the recipe for an engaging, exciting ride. This was a car that wanted to be driven hard, a car that came alive the moment you hit the open road. Inside, the Nova SS kept things simple but effective. The interior wasn't filled with luxury features, it wasn't supposed to be. Instead, it focused on the essentials. A clean dashboard with round gauges, a 3-spoke steering wheel, comfortable bucket seats, and of course, the floor-mounted shifter that gave you total control over that roaring V8. Black vinyl seats, chrome accents, and a straightforward layout made the interior feel purposeful. When you sat in this car, you knew exactly what it was built for: driving pleasure and pure performance. Now let's talk about the legacy. The 1967 Chevrolet Nova SS 396 didn't just represent muscle, it represented accessibility. Not everyone could afford a Corvette, and not everyone wanted a giant Chevelle. The Nova filled that middle ground. It was affordable, compact, and yet, when equipped with the big block, it was a rocket on wheels. It became a favorite among young enthusiasts, hot rodders, and drag racers. Even today, at car shows and auctions, the Nova SS commands respect. Collectors seek out these cars because they capture a unique moment in automotive history when Chevrolet was willing to push the boundaries and give customers something bold. And while the Nova name carried on into later years, many enthusiasts will tell you that the mid-60s models, especially the 66 and 67 versions, represent the golden era of this car. The 1967 SS396 is particularly special because it was the last year of that body style before Chevrolet redesigned the Nova. That makes it more than just a cool muscle car, it makes it a piece of history. Another thing that adds to the charm is just how customizable these cars were, and still are. Hot rodders loved the Nova because the engine bay had room for just about anything. Want to swap in a bigger motor? No problem. Want to build it into a drag strip monster? The Nova was the perfect platform. Even today, you'll see Novas running everything from stock restoration builds to full-on pro street machines with insane horsepower numbers. But for purists, nothing beats the original SS396. There's something magical about a stock, numbers-matching car. The feeling of turning that ignition key, hearing that big block come to life, and knowing you're sitting in the same kind of machine that roared down American streets in the summer of 1967, that's a feeling that's impossible to duplicate. So what does the 1967 Chevrolet Nova SS396 mean to us today? It's more than a car. It's a symbol of an era when automakers weren't afraid to take risks, when engineers and designers were focused on excitement, and when cars were built with passion. It's a reminder of the golden age of American performance, a time when speed and style went hand in hand. If you're lucky enough to own one, you already know what I'm talking about. If you've only admired them from afar, trust me when I say that seeing one in person is a special experience. The stance, the sound, the smell of gasoline and exhaust, it all takes you back to a time when cars weren't just transportation. They were freedom, identity, and excitement rolled into one. That's the magic of the 1967 Chevrolet Nova SS396. A compact car with a giant heart, a simple design hiding a beastly engine, and a legacy that continues to inspire car enthusiasts all over the world. This is one of those classics that will never go out of style, because style like this doesn't fade. It only grows stronger with time. Thanks for watching USA Car Reviews, where we bring you the stories behind the greatest cars ever built. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1967 Chevrolet Nova, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss our next review. Until then, keep your engines running and your passion for cars alive.